Back with another episode of the Causeway Street Podcast. Joseph Pavone here. Sean Dutra.
What?
Joel Pavone is in the building.
What up,
fellas? Mailbag episode.
Oh!
Yeah, that's right.
We got the Thank you guys for sending enough questions that we ain't doing this from the pool.
That was never going to happen, man.
Yo, I was serious about that.
Yeah, we walked in and Sean dead ass looked at me and Joel so serious and was just like, where's your bathing suits?
I'm just saying, Triple E or no Triple E, we're getting in the fucking pool. Let's go. Night swimming.
You start blasting some REM right now. Start hearing water splashing towards the end of this podcast.
Yeah, man.
Nah, man, I think the pool days are behind us.
I know.
Summertime.
Unfortunately, it's clear as fuck, though.
It is. Today is a good day.
I've been keeping up with the pool, man.
Yeah, these days are numbered. Any day over 84 degrees is just that's.
We hit it that day. We had a pool party. I had a pool party here when it was that wicked hot weekend. Everyone was like, "Stay inside." I was like, "No, I got a fucking pool."
Oh, it was like 90 something.
Yeah, I was like, "No, we're going in the pool." There's no one in their right mind that wouldn't go in the pool that day.
Next year, Sean. Maybe next summer we'll do it.
Yeah, man, we got it.
Maybe. But instead, we got the mailbag episode. All right, we got a bunch of questions here we're going to answer. We asked you guys to hit us up on Twitter and other social media platforms, and you did, and we appreciate that to our followers.
Yes.
Now, just so you guys know, we haven't seen these questions.
Nope.
Joel has.
Yep.
Joel has these questions lined up.
Mr. Social Media himself.
And Sean and I are going to answer them, without knowing at all what Joel's going to say. So,
By the way, favorite
it's
mailman.
going to be wait, what?
Favorite mailman in pop culture history. Who's your favorite mailman?
In pop culture history?
Yeah, pop culture history. Who's
I
your
only
favorite
know.
mailman?
I only know one.
Who?
Karl Malone.
Okay. I was thinking more of like TV, but Karl Malone, that's fine.
I think we all were.
He said pop culture. My bad.
Yeah, okay, so Karl Malone's yours.
I mean, he did wrestle.
Mine's
Joel said like he's a legit mailman.
Mine's the country singing Asian mailman from Hey Arnold. That's my favorite.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a damn good one, man. Every time I see a mailman, I think of that guy.
That might be my favorite too. I have to snag that from you.
I mean, you got the
I
guy
love
from
Hey
Cheers.
Arnold,
You got the guy from Cheers.
I never watched Cheers.
You got the guy.
Well, now that I know what you meant, how about the mailman from Chuck and Larry?
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, that's a damn good one.
That's a really good one.
That's a damn good. I'm telling you, man, mailmen in pop culture underrated. Think about your favorite one.
That's pretty funny. That's an underrated movie.
Chuck and Larry is a funny fucking movie.
That's a great movie.
Couldn't be released today.
No, you couldn't.
No, thank you, 2019.
I handle with care.
Yo, that guy's in a bunch of other those movies too, man.
My favorite is right before he went to the last one, Adam Sandler just goes, all right.
All right.
Just close the door on him.
Chuck and Larry's a great movie. Chuck and Larry's a funny fucking movie.
Yo, isn't that crazy though? You think back like 10 years ago, the things that you would see on TV and movies, and you can't even come close to saying those things nowadays.
No, not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close. Even though that movie still rings true today, it's like...
Right.
It's on all the time, though, which is funny to me. It's on,
Yeah.
network TV all the time.
Yeah, but
the words used and the slurs in it, like you can never make a movie like that.
If you tried to make that movie and you were like in the production room, you're like, here's the thing. This guy's not gay, but he's going to pretend to be gay.
Right.
They'd be like, nah, man, we ain't fucking
we don't know about that.
Nah.
Ving rhymes.
And there was a great message.
Oh, Ving Rhames, man?
Yeah.
The basketball scene?
Yeah. No, the shower.
The shower scene after the basketball. Yeah.
Put your hands down. He said, "Would you want some of this?" Just get ready to fight him. Oh, you're talking about that scene. Oh, I think you're talking about the one before that.
They got no money.
Whoa.
Help me tell my parents. Yo, look at The Hangover. That was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Remember when they pull up to pick up what's his name? The guy who thinks he's a dentist. I mean, he thinks he's a doctor, but he's a dentist.
Yeah.
He goes paging doctor.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like you can't even say that now in a movie.
Nope.
His girl was just like, "These are your friends, huh?"
Yeah. That still to me, they did fuck that up by making sequels, but that's probably one of the
the original. Oh yeah.
top 5 comedies of all time.
Oh, the original. Yeah, I
The
think
Hangover, top 5 comedy of all time.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think that was the only or one of the few R-rated comedies to be number one. It was number one in the country.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because rated R comedies it's tough to sell that many tickets.
That movie.
It topped the box office. Yeah, we saw that in theaters.
Hey, my bachelor party's coming up soon, man. Never know.
Oh wow.
Are you going to top that one?
Yeah, we're putting Joel on the roof, bro.
How about we put Stu on the roof?
No, Stu's got to be Stu.
Oh, man.
Stu's got to lose a tooth and marry a stripper. I think that's possible.
So why's Joel got to be Doug?
I know, right? I gotta be Doug.
I guess I would be Doug, but I'm not fucking missing out on
That's
this
Doug.
shit.
That's him. That's him.
Then we're gonna find our best friend Joel. This is such a mailbag episode.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, get ready for more of this.
Let's go,
We're the
baby.
three best friends that
Hey.
Oh, I'll be that guy. Absolutely.
Yo, Wolf packing it up.
I'll be the guy with wanting to be blood brothers.
Yo, yeah, we are making a blood pack.
Joe Swight, give me the knife.
Is this
We are making a blood pack.
Is this hotel pager
At my
friendly?
bachelor party.
The hotel we're going to, is that pager friendly? Is this the real Caesar's Palace?
In case we haven't mentioned this too, but we're going to Miami. I don't know if people.
Yeah,
Going to
yeah.
Miami.
I think we
mentioned
talked,
it last
we talked
week.
about we talked about like a month ago. Oh, was it last week?
Last
Which
episode,
week?
we talked about like getting tattoos and, when we were kind of rambling at the end there. But yeah.
Yeah, man. My bachelor party in Miami. Come on, join us, man. If you're in the Miami area and
2
you're
weeks away.
listening,
If you want to go see the Pats,
Oh, yeah.
actually
we'll
against
be
the
at the
Dolphins,
Pats Dolphins game.
we'll be there.
We'll be there.
Hit us up.
Hit us up. We won't have our podcast equipment, but
We'll shout you
we'll
out.
be on Snapchat.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a interesting social media that weekend.
Quite a weekend.
We might have to go live on Causeway. We might have to do that.
We'll go live on Causeway.
Yeah, of course, you're down.
Fuck yeah.
Sean will go live for hours.
I'll go live. We'll just fucking
Sway would be like, put the fucking phone down.
set the strip club. Yo, let's go live on Causeway, man. I'm getting a lap dance. Like, hey, Causeway, what up?
Just like the drive. He goes, are you live right now? Sway was like, Sway was like, are you live right now? Yeah, you're on Causeway. Say something.
Put that phone away, bro.
Put the fucking phone down, guy. So mad.
As you're live too.
The funniest part about being live is just everyone gets the notification like, boom, Causeway Street's live, and it's just like, boom, everyone like looks at it real quick, and then all of a sudden
rush.
it's just like, it's like you did not entertain me.
And then Sean's just like dying for them to come back. So
you
he's doing whatever he can to get the viewers back.
30 seconds to entertain me.
Before
And it's
you
just
go live,
drunken babble.
before you go live, you better be fucking
better be
riding a
something-
bull
this
or
better be
some
something
shit.
good,
Yeah.
All right, Joel, what we got? What's the first question?
Mailbag question number 1
What you got? Music for this?
comes to us from Aaron. Shout out to you, Aaron.
Oh,
At
there we go.
Bucks Nerd Revenge. He wants to know, so how do you feel about the tandem of Tatum and Hayward defensively in the front court, having to guard the likes of Antetokounmpo, Horford, Sabonis, Siakam, etc.? Are either of them strong enough to hold their ground? Hashtag Causeway Street.
Okay, say that again. Who we worried about in the front court?
Are we going to do this every
No,
question?
just say the first part.
The tandem of Tatum and Hayward defensively in the front court, having to guard the likes of
Yeah.
front courts of the East.
I don't feel good about it at all, actually.
Really?
No, I don't. I
Yeah.
don't. Nah, if we're talking about Jaylen Brown, I feel a little better about that.
I would group him in with the same concerns. I don't think he can guard a
With
Siakam
Hayward
or
and Tatum?
Antetokounmpo.
Well,
or
especially
Horford.
Hayward, though.
No, here's the problem. No, I think the problem is he makes a great point, is that if you go small, which they will go small to get enough talent in that lineup, then defensively you're going to suffer a little bit. I think that's when Marcus Smart comes in, and that's why I think Marcus Smart, as much as we want to say that
He might have to play center.
he might have to start. He might have to start. You know what I mean? He may have to start.
No, but I think what the question's alluding to is in those end of the game situations, like you need a stop. Are you comfortable with these guys? And I think if we're talking about a wing defender, I think it's got to be Jaylen Brown. Until Jason Tatum can prove that he can be a solid defender.
Well, I mean, the question though kind of alludes
Gordon
more to
Hayward
the
is
front
like,
court though.
I don't know. What's up?
The question kind of alludes to just the front court in
Yeah,
general.
but it's a good point because technically, if you take out Cantor, who obviously isn't a great defender, right? I mean, you could throw Cantor in there too. If you're talking about Al Horford, who's going to guard Al Horford, right? I mean, I think we know the front court defensively is going to be a little bit of a struggle. But do you think? Let me say this. Do you think that Hayward has more to do on the defensive end this year than he did in years past as a Celtic? Because
I think he has to. Yeah.
But he was a pretty okay defender.
Yeah. No one. No,
He wasn't a bad defender
I
in
don't
Utah.
I don't think anyone ever called him a bad defender. Kind of like the way some are calling Cantor. They're like, oh, like his one-on-one defense isn't great. Maybe every now and again get a stop. But with Hayward. Yeah, Hayward, because his versatility and because of his size, can guard multiple positions. But, you do lose some length there with Hayward being gone and Baines being gone as well.
So are you guys worried?
little bit.
Yeah, that's my biggest concern, man.
Little bit.
That's what I've been saying all summer.
You know why I'm
Like,
not worried?
Who's going to guard opposing bigs?
Because
I'm not worried. Because why? My man, Brad Stevens.
I think it's in Marcus Smart.
We'll have a plan. And Marcus Smart will be part of that plan. But I think when you're talking about team defense and length, they got length. I mean,
ironically enough,
between the three players that'll play the swingman position.
Ironically enough, last week ESPN's their yearly plus minus in terms of like where teams are gonna like end up at the end of the year. They had the Celtics at second,
rankings?
team rankings, but it's not like it's based on what's the dude's name? Pelton. If I can forget his first name.
That fucking dude,
That dude, your favorite guy,
Kevin Pelton.
Kevin Pelton, yeah,
That fucking guy.
You hate that guy.
his
So you can throw these
his
fucking
RPM
rankings right out the window.
Yeah, no, well, he has the Celtics at number 2 in the East. Okay, so it'd be
That's not a
Milwaukee.
good sign for us, guys.
It's Milwaukee, and then the Celtics, and then Philadelphia, right? And the reason being is even though they lost, the front court depth of Horford and Baines, they're going to be the only team, or one of the only teams that remains in the top 10 in both offense and defense.
Yeah.
Because it kind of evens out.
Yeah, because I think you get a lot from Brad Stevens.
They also say they're going to win 47 games, but that remains to be seen.
No.
As a second seed.
Kevin Pelton. Who the fuck knows what the fuck he's smoking? I mean, I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned because I think that you look at teams that have succeeded, they haven't had great defensive bigs. Their best defenders are in the backcourt.
Mm.
Look at the Warriors over the past couple of years, right? Do they have great defenders? Clay.
They got a really important one in the front court, Draymond Green.
Draymond Green.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's what's missing from this team.
So
Like
do,
they have
do
great,
you
they
have that
great,
in Marcus Smart though?
No,
Is
but they
Marcus
have great
Smart sort of
team
Draymond
defense.
Green?
They have great team defense.
Exactly, and I think that's what'll be okay.
With Brad
with
Stevens,
this- we'll get Brad Stevens will
his
get
teams,
these guys to defend.
His teams over the years generally are good on the
defending,
defensive end.
yeah, I mean you have a couple lockdown defenders, which you still have in Marcus Smart, which you still. I mean, I'm not totally sold on Jaylen Brown as a one-on-one
Yeah,
defender.
I don't know if I would critique him as a lockdown defender.
Yeah, no,
but he's a solid.
He's
defender.
okay. He's okay, but I think as a team, I think Brad Stevens has systems. Brad Stevens understands how the NBA works today and knows like, hey, we just got to close out on the 3-pointers.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And then everything else will fall into place. Like I think that's the type of mentality that the team will adopt, and I think they'll be okay, man. I think they will be okay because am I worried about the Bucks? A little bit, because you got the Greek Freak, but other than that, in the Eastern Conference, who am I worried about?
I don't know, Sean. Who are you worried about?
That we can defend. That we can't defend. I'm talking about that we can't defend.
Your favorite team from Philadelphia, man. That's what you're worried about.
I'm not worried about Philly.
I know. I'm just kidding. I like that Aaron brought up those two names though, because I do think this Team USA, this chemistry that they're building, I think it's gonna resonate for the team. I think it'll carry over into the regular season, especially from those 4 guys.
And I do think that the offense will help defend, if that makes sense.
It does, yeah.
Like they're gonna score. They're gonna have a great offense. I mean, this team should be scoring about 113, 114 points a night. With the offensive firepower they have in their starting lineup, man, this they shouldn't ever be held under 100 points, which will help their defense.
All right. Next question comes from at Merlin Callow.
Merlin was
What's
over
up,
here
Merlin?
for our draft party.
He
That's
was.
right.
He asks, who has a better career, Jason or Jalen? And also, how many All-Star appearances do each of them make?
Oh. All right. I'll go last. I'll go first. I'll go first or last?
I'll go first. All
right.
Jaylen Brown. Let me see for the entire career.
Yeah.
I'm calling it right now. Okay. Jaylen Brown will make.
Well, who has a better career? The one start off there first.
What's better career? Okay, I'm gonna say Tatum, but it's not by a lot. I know that's probably the popular answer, but it's not by a lot. I say Tatum has the better career. Tatum's gonna make, I don't know, 8 All-Star teams, 9 All-Star teams.
Okay.
Damn right.
But, and I've been saying this for a while now, Jaylen Brown will make 3. I'm gonna say 3. I want to say 2, but I'll give him the third one. He'll make 3, but I don't know Celtics fans. It wouldn't shock me if it's not in the Celtics uniform.
So do you think he's like a Michael Finley?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Well, not as athletic. I mean, he's more athletic than Michael Finley, but that's what I meant to say.
He's basically Michael Finley. I'm gonna.
I don't remember Michael Finley really being much of a defender like Jalen is right now.
I was thinking about athleticism and scoring, but I don't.
Athleticism and scoring. He's Michael Finley. Yeah. Jason Tatum, 13 All-Star games.
Jesus.
Jalen Brown,
13.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Next year, and then to the rest of his prime, which will be. How old is he now?
21. He drinks wine coolers now.
You know what?
You talked about it on his
yes.
seriously.
I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna say 12. I'm gonna say 12. 12.
Not 13.
12, not 13.
Okay.
And then Jalen Brown will have. I'm gonna give Jalen Brown 5, man.
Really?
Yeah, I do. Because
he's really growing on you, huh?
Well, he's growing on me.
1 year ago, Sean Dutra would not have said that about.
I would have
Jalen
said
Brown.
0, and I would
Like
have
a
said
few
cut
weeks
his
ago.
ass. But no, hey,
a few months ago, you would have been like, Jalen will never make an All-Star team.
That's what he has said that multiple times on his podcast. Jalen is what he is.
No, he is what he is, but he is what he is. But I also
averages are averages.
Hold on. So here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna prove it to you. He is what he is, but if he is scoring 15 to 16 points a night on a championship squad, that normally means you're an all-star, right? I mean, if you have a big three, if you're a big three, but
if you have the best record in the NBA, and there's a lot of ifs that have to go in.
But I think like if the
nowadays
Celtics,
you can put up 19 on a decent team and you not make the All-Star team.
But I think I don't think he'll ever score 20 a game, but I think he could be from like anywhere from 12 to 19 and just score, maybe defend, maybe he finds a niche on a championship team, and he could be a number 3 on a championship team if number 1 and number 2 are great. And I think if he stays next to Tatum and he doesn't leave, then I think that this has the potential to be Tatum, Kemba, Brown over the next couple of years and be the best team in the East. And then, he would make about 3 to 4 All-Star teams.
All right.
So you're saying most of them will be in Celtics uniform?
If he stays, yeah. If the way that everything's working out and, Sean playing light is happening where you add Kemba in instead of Kyrie, I mean, then, you should sign Jalen Brown, you should sign Jason Tatum, and then you got it.
It's Kemba instead of Rozier. That was the plan.
Kemba instead of Rozier.
Right.
Okay, well, Kemba instead of Rozier and Tatum. Kemba instead of Rozier and Hayward. So that's why you got Kemba. But, I mean, hey, it is what it is. If you can have those core 3 players, then I do think you can have one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference, and I think Jalen Brown will make a couple All-Star teams.
If Jalen Brown, in my opinion, if he is in a Celtics uniform for most of his career, I say 5.
Wow.
But if he goes onto another squad where he'll have more responsibility, especially on the scoring end, it could be more than that. I'm talking about like 7 or 8.
Wow, really?
What?
I think so.
Dips if he goes to some other team.
I think so. Yep.
What?
See, I think if he goes to another team, he becomes the best player on a bad team, and those guys don't always make it.
If he goes to another squad, okay, I guess in my scenario, he'd be, instead of like the 3rd option or 4th option here in the Celtics, he'd be like the 2nd option.
So what do you think about
on like a playoff team?
What do you think about Tatum? Is Tatum going to be the best?
Oh
player in the NBA?
Well, that was that. No, that was just.
Let him
that's
go.
just me.
No, he's going to be MVP. Yeah.
Like if Tatum is in a Celtics uniform, if they're both teammates for a good chunk of their careers, they're not that far off from each other. Okay, I'll give a slight edge to Brown only because I think Brown is a better defensive player.
The fuck?
I just think he's a better defensive player, man.
He is a better defensive player. Why do you say that?
Why did you gonna give the edge
react
to Brown?
It's a slight edge, bro.
I do think that Tatum.
I'll go as far as this. He's more athletic than Tatum.
Yeah, but he's not a better basketball player than Tatum. He's a
better two-way.
Swift.
He's a better two-way player.
I don't know.
Who's the best two-way player right now in the league?
In the league?
Yeah.
Kawhi.
Okay. Who's the best player in the league, in your opinion?
Kawhi.
All right. That's all I need to hear.
Hey, come on, man. Come on.
That's all I need to hear.
But
two-way players are more have longer careers and they're more successful.
Since we're bringing up Tatum, are you guys concerned about his performance in the Olympics at all? Whatever the fuck it is, not Olympics. You know what I'm
the
talking
World
about.
Cup.
Oh,
thing?
is this Sean trying to backtrack on your statement from a few weeks ago?
No, I'm a little
Jason
bit.
Tatum is the best player on Team USA. Can we just agree on that?
I do think he's the best player on that squad, but what's going on, man?
No, I'm not concerned.
Is Pop fucking with him?
I'm not concerned. No.
Pop is just experimenting with lineups.
All right.
Well, I'm not concerned, and I'm also not drooling over the dude like most people are. So I don't know. Take that for what it's worth.
All right, yeah, it is what it is. But I also think that
the way you're drooling over him.
But I also think that Pop wanted Jaylen Brown, and there's a reason why Jaylen Brown had a great fucking game last game.
Yeah. He did lead the team in scoring, and he did it all off the bench. And like,
watch out,
18 minutes.
guys! I'm gonna say this right now.
That jump shot's looking great.
I'm gonna say this right now.
Looking really good.
Popovich is gonna try to steal Jaylen Brown next year.
Well, all I'm saying
Do
is,
you blame him?
if he ends up on another squad, then I think
It's
he might
good.
have
No,
him.
there's Celtics or Spurs. Celtics or Spurs.
That's when you're going to start seeing all-star teams from this
Yep.
guy. I'm telling you.
If
Jaylen
he goes to Pop, then then that's
just
a different story.
In general, I just feel like Jaylen Brown's going to peak, but he's going to peak in an opportunity where he's a top 2 guy. That's never going to be here.
But
All right?
because if you think
Sorry,
about it,
Celtics fans, but Jaylen Brown will never be a top 2 option on this team.
he may.
Man.
I mean,
Then that's not good.
no. I mean, if
He's not
Tatum,
gonna-
if Tatum does go to where I think he's going to go, then Jaylen Brown could be a top 2 guy.
So he's going to get more touches than Kemba Walker.
No. But
gonna be Tatum and Walker,
Kemba's
man.
going to get a little older. Like, it is what it is, man. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, remember
eventually,
Kemba is 29.
yeah, eventually, like Kemba's got 2 more seasons of being the number 2 guy on the team.
Like it's not like
Number
Kemba. It's not like
1/2.
Kemba's the future. Kemba's the present. The
Yeah,
future is Brown and Tatum.
exactly.
No, I get
so
it.
if
No,
you
I
sign
get-
him,
I
and
get what you two are saying,
like, could you
but-
imagine if Brown is 27 and Brown's 27 and Tatum's 26?
Yeah, but you're talking about like 5 years.
Chill, I'm saying, but in 5 years
think
from now, you don't think Jaylen Brown could be the number 2 to Tatum's number 1?
Like Kemba,
If
I
he's
don't think
still
Kemba has
here,
a.
yeah,
he
that's
would
a
have
big if.
Kemba would not have a problem deferring to those 2 guys. I think. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. I mean, right now, I think that this year, I think he's going to look for the load. But as he realizes, like, wow, I got 2 really good options right here. Yeah, man,
Yeah.
I think this question really makes you think, to me, about the investment. Do the Celtics invest in Brown and Tatum? And if they do invest, and it's $20+ million for each, which it will be, god damn it, they better get some all-star teams, bro.
Well, that's the
You know
thing,
what I
though.
mean?
Is this team good enough for Danny Ainge to say, okay, I've got a championship squad here? Because I still think Danny's going to be looking at his options. I mean, he's always looking at other options, but there's got to be a big that he's thinking about, or he's drooling over, or he's plotting over, that he sees going to be available within a year or 2.
Yeah.
I just don't think this is like the end game, if you will. And if you lock those guys in, that's what you're essentially looking at. This is your team.
Yeah.
If you lock in Tatum and Brown, and of course Kemba's in the mix.
At least the next 3 years or so.
Yeah, and then when Hayward comes off the books, that money goes to those guys.
Yep.
So
It is what it is, man.
I'm not convinced, but we'll see. We'll see what happens this season. I mean, they're not that far off. Don't get me wrong. I don't think this team is like awfully far away from being a championship team. I just don't think it's a championship team. Though.
The whole point of my 4-month spiel about Sean's plan was about
You have to wait.
about Brad Stevens, Jason Tatum,
Say it.
and building around the core.
Mm.
The young core, which includes Marcus Smart and Jaylen Brown. Sean's plan.
I just see him addressing that front court somehow down the road.
Yeah, I do too, because
Yeah.
to go back to the first question too, I don't want to do this, but to go back to the first question, they're going to have to bring someone in this year, I think. Like, there's going to be a little bit of a mini trade or a buyout or something where, like, they're going to have to bring in some front court depth.
Yeah, I think Danny's hoping for a buyout.
Yeah, because I think you're going to be able to get by with Cantor, Williams, Tice. What's the guy's name?
Portier.
Portier. I almost said Favorini. But like that
was 5 years ago.
That should have been your wild card last week.
no, fuck Vitor Favorini. Yeah, I was so happy when you guys accepted my wild card last week,
Oh man,
bro.
really huge
It's great.
huge Brandon Bass fans over here.
All right, well, I got a part 2 to this question.
Whoa, pardon.
Who takes the biggest leap this year? Tatum, Brown, or Hayward? Now, keep in mind, Brown and Hayward are in contract years.
Hayward's
And-
in a contract year?
Yeah, he can
opt out.
He can opt out next year.
I'm gonna say, to me, it's between Hayward and Tatum. I'm gonna give the edge to Hayward because if we're talking statistically,
Well, what's
I mean
a
his
jump?
averages. I
Like
see
from
them
last year?
Yeah, compared to last year, I see them jumping
See, I think it's unfair.
higher than any of those 3.
I think it's unfair to group Hayward in that class because, I mean, if he makes a jump, he goes back to what he was doing before.
What he was already doing.
Yeah, but something that he wasn't doing in the Celtics uniform.
I understand.
Right.
I understand. But
like
I mean,
Jaden,
but he's getting paid $31 million a year, man. He needs to play it back up to where he was.
Okay.
Yeah, and also I've been saying this for months. Most important player this season by far,
Like,
by a
Tatum,
mile.
Tatum can have
most
a great,
important player for the team.
He can have a great year, but it doesn't mean he made a big jump from last year to this year.
Hayward?
But Tatum. If Hayward has the biggest jump out of these three, then that's good for the Celtics.
Yeah,
See,
Hayward's progression will get the
I
Celtics as
understand.
far as we can.
Are we
ever
talking
dream
about
of.
importance?
No, we're talking about leap. Just
Leap? Okay, so then no, man. I mean, I think putting Hayward in that class to say a leap is unfair. That's unfair because
He didn't
we've
make a
seen
leap
what
last
Hayward.
year.
We saw what Hayward was, and like now we're like he's making a leap to get back to where he was. No, like he should get back to where he was. Like I get that, but if you're talking about growth and development as an unknown, like Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, we don't know what that next level is. We've seen Gordon Hayward get to that next level.
Well, we saw Jaylen Brown make a leap from year 1 to year 2. We didn't see we can't say the same thing about Tatum. I don't think he went back, but I think he stayed pretty much where he was
Yeah,
at.
I think it's Tatum, just because Hayward will get back to where he was, but I don't call that a leap. I call that getting back, like getting yourself from drowning.
Well, some people think he may never get there. So
No, he'll get there.
That's a good question.
I think he'll get there. It's a great question, but I just think it's a little unfair for
I think Brown.
Tatum and Brown to be compared to what Hayward's going to do this year. That's
I think
separate.
Brown. If we're talking about these three, I think Brown is the one that makes the quote unquote leap
Contract year.
because of the contract year.
That's a big thing.
It's the contract year. I mean, who's got an extension? The Nets.
Jamal Murray.
No, the Nets. Your boy. You said that.
Oh, Spencer Dinwiddie.
no,
Oh, Karis
Karis
LeVert.
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 What do you get?
Anytime you bring up the Nets, yeah.
3.
Spencer Dinwiddie, no,
3 years.
you love that.
Yeah, I
dude.
love Dinwiddie, man.
This
I was
starts-
on Dinwiddie's,
This starts. Yeah, we
for a
know.
while.
Yeah, no. This starts not
And
this
nobody
upcoming
knew
season.
Dinwiddie before me.
Not this upcoming this season, but next season. It's 3 years, $52 million.
So when
Extension.
Durant and Kyrie opt out after the first year, he's going to sign him. No, 3 years, $52 million. Karis LeVert actually drives Jaylen Brown's cost down a little bit. In my opinion, 3 years, $52 million for Karis LeVert. So first off, I think everybody in the league looks at Jamal Murray's contract and is like, "Yo, what the fuck was that? Why did you do that?"
Well, Murray and Simmons, because
But-
Simmons.
but I'm
fucking
just saying,
can't
like-
shoot, but whatever.
But you know, if you're Detroit, if you're Denver, you have no option other than to build around Jamal Murray and Jokic.
Exactly, man.
So they had to pay him.
that's what I'm saying. It goes back. It goes back to my point, man. If you're not a top 2 option, why would the Celtics hand over that much money to Jaylen Brown? Look
So I
at
think
LeVert.
that
That's,
Karis LeVert-
that's a great example. Look what happened to LeVert. LeVert, I mean, this year's gonna be different. His role is going to increase, but if you look at what Jaylen Brown was to this team last year, very similar.
So
Very similar to what LeVert was for the Nets.
This deal gives me faith that maybe you can get Jaylen Brown to a 4-year, $100 million extension. I think if you can go to him and say $25 million for 4 years, give you $100 million right now, and you have him from age 23 to 27. Those are the prime of his career.
But then what's Jason Tatum going to get?
Tatum will get the max. I think if Tatum makes the jump he wants to make this year, he'll make the max when he comes up, which will probably be a Jamal Murray contract, which will be if Tatum's a better player than Brown, then it will make some financial sense, and that's how you build around the future for the next 4 years.
That's your squad then.
That's your squad, right?
All right.
But I also think that a $25 million contract, if you do get Jaylen Brown to sign that deal, which I'm worried he won't sign because he may be looking for that 31, 32, 33 million like Murray and fucking
Simmons.
Mr. Can't Shoot fucking Simmons got. Totally tradable at 25 mil. Not very tradable at 31, 32, 33 mil.
Yeah.
All right. That's I think where you get into that whole like just how does it affect your cap versus okay, we believe in this guy, but if we need a bail on him, we can trade him, no problem. You know what I mean? Because you could technically, if you sign him for 25 mil, you could trade him for 2 role players, and you're all right. You know what I mean? If it comes down to it, but if you trade him for 31 mil, then you have to really start figuring out, like, we have to just eat this contract and let him go. Because if he falls into look at Gordon Hayward, man, you can't dish that deal.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, because you look at all these like duos, right, in the league, that's like the big talking point for this upcoming season. Who's the Celtics duo? Do we know that like off like get like 100%? Like, oh yeah, it's Walker and Tatum, or it's Walker and Hayward, or so who? Like, do we know?
So here, yeah, it's a good question.
I mean,
Because
it could change
should be
throughout
Walker
the course
and
of the season.
It's going to be Walker and Hayward to start the year. I think it will be. It should be,
and then it could change. Yeah.
and I think it'll be Walker and Tatum, and maybe
Like
at some points of the year it's Tatum and Brown.
Yeah, it's clear cut for a bunch of teams.
But that's what I love this Celtics team, because you legitimately don't have to worry about two players and figure out the rest. You have your two highest paid players could be the third and fourth best player on your team. No other team in the league has that flexibility and that ability to have two guys that are getting paid pennies possibly be the two best players on their team.
Well, which is why I also believe that Kemba doesn't necessarily have to be your number one option.
Yo, Kemba's gonna be a fucking force this year.
This episode of the Causeway Street Podcast is brought to you by betonline.ag, your go-to site for online betting. Right now, head over to betonline.ag and make sure you use the promo code CLNS50 where you'll receive a welcome bonus on your first deposit. Do not miss out on this special offer. A minimum deposit of $55 is required in order to qualify for the bonus. So make sure you do that, guys. All right. We got football preseason, plenty of action for you to win on. And right now, betonline.ag is giving you this special offer just for listening to Causeway Street Podcast. Head over to betonline.ag and make sure you enter the promo code CLNS50. A minimum deposit of $55 is required to qualify for the bonus. Please see BetOnline's general rules and additional terms and conditions regarding the bonuses. Again, betonline.ag, and don't forget that promo code CLNS50. All right, let's get back to this Causeway Street Podcast.
Does anyone ask us about Kemba?
I can't wait. Can't wait to see it.
No Kemba questions.
No fucking Kemba questions, Causeway Street. What the fuck?
Well, I mean, I think it's pretty clear.
Kemba's gonna be a fucking force.
All right, so that's what it is. That's what's clear with Celtics Twitter, that they know he's gonna be a force.
All right. Here's my mailbag question.
Jesus.
Here's my mailbag question. Does Kemba Walker have a chance to be an MVP this year?
No,
man.
There's too many people ahead of him that their teams rely on them. This team, the Celtics, will not solely rely on Kemba Walker.
I mean, of course there's a chance, but
What if he
I don't
averages
think
like
the
25 and 10?
I don't think the makeup of this team is gonna be that.
What if he averages 25 and 10 on the number one seed in the East?
Nah, man, you gotta put IT numbers up.
You got to put 19 numbers up.
Yeah,
Like 29 and 8.
Yeah, because I mean, this team we're on the same page here. That's probably not gonna be a number one seed, right?
Could be.
No, Sean's not on
I'm
the same page.
I'm not on the same page.
All right. Well, if it's a number one seed, then you put yourself in a position.
Yo,
but
for real, I just
like the first year of Gordon Hayward when he was out for the season and then went on that 18 game win streak.
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie was in talks of being MVP, early MVP.
Yeah, I remember that.
here's
So
my thing.
if the Celtics, do something similar to that and they jump out, I don't know,
1 through 4 in the East. Who has a better 1 through 4 than the Celtics? The answer is fucking nobody. All right. The answer is nobody. Better 1 through 4 than the Celtics. Tell me right now.
In the East.
1 through 4.
And I'm not talking about like, well, my number 1's better than your number 1, so it actually counts as 2. And I'm talking about straight 1 through 4.
All right, but so that it goes back to what me and Sway were talking about with Philly. Like the Celtics can't match Philly's front court.
So you're gonna take Philly's 1 through 4 over the Celtics 1 through 4?
No, I'm just saying their front court.
Hey, we're about the front court. I'm just saying
It's like,
4 best players on the team. No one. Philly.
I think I might give it to Philly. Actually.
No, fuck. What? Really?
Yeah, I think so.
You guys are so high on Tobias Harris. It's not even
No,
funny.
but it's
No, they got Joel Embiid is the best player out of both teams.
Joel Embiid's the best player on both teams.
All right.
I would take the number 2 on the Celtics over Simmons.
You're gonna take
You put Tatum or Hayward there.
You're gonna take Al Horford over Hayward at this point.
Okay, so
aren't you?
What's the 1 through 4 on the 1 through 4? Rank them on the Sixers. 1 through 4 rank them on the Celtics.
All right. Embiid, Simmons, Harris, Horford.
Okay, and then I'm gonna say Kemba, Tatum, Hayward, Brown.
You put Tatum over Simmons right now?
Yeah. Yep. I would.
I don't know, man. They're like neck and neck.
I would. I know. I like.
At
I
best,
like
At
Simmons.
best, they're neck and neck.
I like Simmons. Fine. At best, they're neck and neck. Fine. Then I'm still taking Hayward and Brown over Horford and Harris any day of the week. Any day of the week. Because I think that Hayward's going to take that jump.
Man, it's not even close. I mean, it's close. I shouldn't say that, but it's.
What are you talking about?
Don't sleep on Harris, man. Do you disrespect Harris like that?
Right now, without
Jaylen
seeing
Brown.
a single game right
You
now.
put Jaylen Brown over Harris. This is a good conversation.
Harris is over Hayward.
Harris is over Hayward. Okay.
Well, no. By Sean's metric, it's Horford versus Hayward.
Yeah.
Right?
Then Horford. I'm still taking Horford over Hayward.
And then I'm taking Brown over Harris any day of the week.
Now you're taking Brown.
No, okay, listen. Hold
Sean
on.
realized, like, wait a minute, this is going to even out. Yeah,
Hold on.
I got to take one of these matchups. For the Celtics.
even if it's different, even if you balance it out, and let's say hold on, preseason, I think it's very comparable, but like if Hayward goes back, so let's say
was Brown a near All-Star last year in your opinion?
Was Brown a near All-Star? No,
Harris was.
Okay, did he make the All-Star team?
He should have if he had stayed with the Clippers.
You know why? you know why he didn't make the All-Star team?
Fucking stayed put.
He stayed with the Clippers.
He wouldn't have made the fucking. He wouldn't have made the Western All-Star team.
Had Butler not come to the Sixers, he would have been an All-Star in the East.
Here's the problem, though. Tobias Harris plays 3 good months a year. After those 3 months, he goes back to a 14.3 points per game, 1 assist, 1 rebound a game with a 35% shooting. Fucking
for the year, he scored 18, 19 points last year, while Brown averaged 14, barely. And I love Brown.
You know what? Okay, so here's the thing: if we had the same argument, like around, like maybe the Cavs and the Sixers 2 years ago, we would all laughed at the fact that somehow the Sixers have 2 of the best players in that. Like I think that you have to look at like where they project to this year.
Hold on, 2 years ago when there was Jeff Green and that Cavalier squad.
No, when it was like LeBron James,
when it was fucking
Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving.
Oh, well, yeah, that's different though.
But then you're looking at like Joel Embiid versus Ben Simmons. You're like, oh, these guys are coming up. That I just think that you have 2 of the most up and coming players. You have one of the best point guard in the East. Is that fair?
One of the best, yeah.
Who's the best point guard in the East?
Whoa,
it's Kemba Walker.
No,
Kyrie left. Well, Kyrie's there, but
he's
not
still
really.
In the East.
Yeah, Kyrie's still there, man.
Kyrie's still in the East, bro. Just because he's not here.
Fuck Kyrie.
Don't say because he's not a Celtic anymore. He's not the best point guard. He's still the best point guard in the East. Last time I checked, he's still in the Eastern Conference.
All right, fucking fine. Fuck Kyrie. Fuck you. All right, Kemba's a top 2 point guard in the East. You asked the
question, man. I don't want to say his name, but there it is. He keeps
motherfucker.
As hard as we try not to mention him.
God damn it. I'm just saying. I think that you'll see
I was like, don't say. You know that remember that meme that was going around? I was like, don't say Kyrie. Don't say Kyrie. Don't Kyrie Irving. Like that 5 seconds of silence. I was trying to think of somebody. I was like, nah, man. It's Kyrie.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this. I'll leave this here. We'll get to the next question.
Kemba's second though.
Kemba's first. All right. Fuck Kyrie.
Kemba's second.
Kyrie doesn't exist.
It's still Kyrie. Yeah, he still does.
Yeah, I'll take Dinwiddie over Kyrie any day of the week. Hayward gets back to where he is, where he should be. Tatum makes a leap. Brown makes a leap. But then, I think you have the best top 4 in the NBA.
Okay, but you're saying if. We're saying right now, on paper, based on what we saw last season, we can't go beyond that.
I have faith. In Celtics. I have faith in Sean's plan. I have faith in Tatum, Brown, and Hayward.
Sean's plan doesn't exist anymore.
Yo, you better watch your fucking mouth.
It's done.
All right, what's the next question?
All right, next question comes to us from Mike Honcho at Mike Hahn, 156629242.
Oh, Mike Jones.
That's his handle.
870. What's that Mike Jones song? Mike Jones. I forget the number.
It's not even a song. It's like his tagline. He said it a lot
of
times.
Number.
Yeah.
He had the phone number, which was legit his phone number.
860-8004.
Something like that. You're close.
If you asked me this about 10 years ago, man, I know
they spit in it.
Yeah.
He had a Mike Jones tattoo still, right?
Hey, someone tweet it to us, man. Come on.
Right.
Someone knows the number. Mike Jones fans out there.
All right. From Mike Honcho, not Mike Jones.
Mike Jones.
I understand in all professional sports, nicknames are sometimes given to you and you don't get to choose them. My question is, who gave Kobe the Black Mamba nickname? Because I think he gave it to himself. And if you know, please, that would be great to know. P.S. Fuck the Lakers and Kyrie.
Hell yeah. Fuck the Lakers
Sean loves this guy.
and Kyrie. And you know what?
I think it was a marketing thing. I think that's what it was.
No, I actually...
Kobe did give it to himself, no?
Do you remember that...
you know who gave
the documentary, The Muse?
Yeah, I remember that.
All right.
Produced by Kobe Bryant. So
Produced
I
by
don't believe
Kobe.
a fucking single thing that
Exactly.
fucking's in there.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, no, according to Kobe, the nickname was a name that he gave himself. It was like his alter ego, and he gave it to himself around the time of the Colorado court case between 2003 and
that's right.
2004.
Yeah.
So
He
according
cheated on his wife.
according to
Yes,
according
he
to
did.
that documentary, he created
They thought it was rape, but it wasn't.
He created the name as a way to deal with the struggles that he was going through off the court between 2003 and 2004.
That's such a Kobe thing to do.
is
Knowing Kobe,
Black
I bet
Mamba,
you he still has like a bunch of like articles about it too.
Is the Black Mamba a cool nickname or is it a dumb nickname?
If it was anybody else, it would be dumb. But because it's Kobe, it's
Well,
just,
I mean,
it just is what it is.
Yeah,
It's not
players
like-
today that look up to him, you know, players like IT, Jason Tatum, they always with the hashtag Mamba mentality.
Yeah,
You're a huge fan of both of those players I just mentioned.
that's a great question though because
So-
he did just give it to himself.
Yeah,
Like,
he
did. All right.
name another player has done that.
So knowing, okay, let's,
All right, hold on. Let me read the quote. of why?
that he produced.
Yeah, that he produced. He said
He
the quote.
fucking produced it.
No, he produced the
He
documentary.
fucking probably mocked it all up.
I went from a person who was at the top of his game,
Yep.
had everything coming, to a year later having absolutely no idea where life was going, or if you are even going to be a part of life as all we know it. This is what Bryant said in
Can
his documentary.
All right, so let
The
me.
Muse.
All right, so let me ask you one thing about the Kobe Shaq relationship, right?
The Muse.
When did this shit happen? When did that shit happen? Oh six.
Between 2003 and 2004 is when
Okay.
he gave himself that.
But wait, when did he get the whole marriage thing? When did that thing fuck him up? It was like 04 or 05, right?
Yeah, he went to court in 05. Like, the trial
Alright.
was during the 05 season after Shaq left. After Shaq went to Miami.
Yeah, when
But-
Smush Parker was his point guard.
But the shit was going
Fucking
on.
smush.
The shit was going on when Shaq was there in 2003, right?
Yeah.
Don't you think that all the blame that goes on Shaq to like be like Shaq was the guy that
Didn't
was
work
like
hard
out
enough.
of shape and
Yeah.
all that stuff? Don't you think that Kobe was going through some shit too during that time? Like some personal shit that maybe he wasn't as invested as it was. So maybe Shaq saw that and wasn't as invested. Like I think the fact that revisionist history looks at that Shaq Kobe relationship and blames it on Shaq is bullshit. I do.
Well, I just think, like, when you look at two stars like that, and for them to be, playing together for X amount of years and winning championships, that's just inevitable, especially in the NBA.
Oh yeah, man. But I mean, the fact that when you look at it now and like, wow, Shaq, you really weren't caring, huh?
Right.
And then it was like, wow, Kobe did everything he could, but maybe Kobe was a fucking prick. And like maybe he was going out till like 4 a.m. every night and coming in and being like, "Yo, Shaq, where you at? Like, why aren't you fucking doing this? Why aren't you doing that?" He's like,
Well,
"Yo,
he
you were
doesn't-
out till 4 a.m., bro." Like,
Yeah,
I
but
feel like there's a lot of bullshit we don't know.
He doesn't deny being an asshole. He's even said all these things to Shaq's face. It's not like, he's like,
No,
oh,
I know,
don't-
but like,
don't hang out with Shaq. He doesn't work hard and shit like
by
that.
the way,
It wasn't none of that.
did you see them both?
Well, yeah, that's in case you missed it,
Okay,
so,
I won't
yeah.
even. All right, but all right.
tease.
So taking this question and piggybacking off the question because that's what I do. Best nickname of the 2000s was,
The truth.
other than the truth, because that's too simple.
Because it was his real name. His real nickname was the motherfucking truth. But
It
you
was
can't
the
say
best.
that
It
all
was
the
the
time.
best nickname. The Paul Pierce had the best nickname.
Yeah, regardless of how you feel about him, that's just
It was
how he
given.
got it.
It was given
how-
to him. Yeah.
What second best nickname? No, second best nickname.
The answer,
Yeah.
AI.
All right. Yeah.
I'm
Who
going.
do you have? You have somebody.
I
in
know,
mind,
right?
yeah.
If you're asking this question, because you
Yeah.
have somebody in mind.
Your
Yeah.
face is just lighting up. Right
Yeah.
Stevie franchise, man.
You're cheesing
now.
right
Oh,
now.
the franchise.
Stevie franchise, man. I
Yeah.
fucking love that dude.
Franchise,
And that
yeah.
nickname,
Yeah.
Stevie Francis and Stevie franchise. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was a good one.
R.I.P. man.
He's still alive, bro.
Yeah, he's not. The franchise
He's
is
still
dead.
alive, bro.
The franchise is
Oh,
dead.
okay.
like-
The franchise. Okay.
It's like Charles Barkley when he says, "Oh man, Bill Russell gonna be rolling in his grave when he hears this." It's just like Ernie Johnson's like, Chuck, he's still alive."
What is your favorite,
My favorite nickname? I just said it.
other than Truth?
Other than the truth, I don't know. That was a good one too. The franchise. I was a huge Stevie franchise fan.
White chocolate.
White chocolate was a good one.
White chocolate.
You
Yeah.
love that.
I love me some white chocolate.
Yo, but then you do.
In real life and on the court.
Yeah.
White chocolate is bomb.
Joel brought a cookies and cream white chocolate Hershey bar over today. He's like, "Hey guys, anyone want a piece?" We were all like, "Well, no, I haven't. I don't really eat candy like that.
I don't know if you guys are.
That's not nearly as popular as it should be.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys like Reese's peanut butter cups, but the white Reese's peanut butter cups. Some other
Okay.
shit.
Okay. Are we gonna get into this? Because
Game changer.
anybody that likes white chocolate over milk chocolate is a fucking maniac.
What?
Maniac.
Well, then I'm a motherfucking maniac then.
Yeah, I warned you guys, man. This episode is gonna be all over the place.
Yo, I'm just saying when I eat white chocolate, it gives me a little bit of heartburn.
That's
Maybe because it's like cannibalism
that sounds
for
like
myself.
that sounds like a you problem.
Maybe it's like cannibalism. Like I'm white, I'm eating white chocolate. I just don't like it that much. The body's just like rejecting it.
I'm like, well, Sean, we're all getting old. Sean's like, no, man, this is when I was 15.
No, literally when I was
Always
like
happens.
12, I'd be like, yo, they got white chocolate, bro. Yo, let me try some. And I'm like, oh my God. Anybody got a Tums? Anybody got a Tums?
But like, no, because I'm freaking 15 years old. No
Like,
carry
yo,
Tums around.
Because
Bro.
my heart never burns.
And then that old pedophile dude was like, you want to roll AIDS?
what?
Just at the movie
Yeah,
theater.
Rockland's a weird place.
Yeah, Rockland's a weird place.
The old pedophile dude.
Yeah, man. Anywhere you go, there was always an old dude having Rolaids and shit.
Yeah. All right. On that note, speaking of food, by the
Oh,
way,
we got
I think
something.
I think we might wrap up this session here with this last question from Garrett. Good old Garrett, big fan, longtime fan of Causeway Street Podcast.
Listener. First time, long time.
What up, G?
And he writes, it's like a 2-hour drive for me to go to the Garden or Fenway. So when me and my girl usually make a day, when we go down and we make a day out of it, what are your guys' top 3 places to eat when you go to Fenway or the Garden?
Nah, fuck. What are you trying to do, bro?
Man.
What are you trying to do? That's what I gotta say. Text him back. What are you trying to do?
That's a good.
You trying to drink or you trying to eat?
Probably
Trying
a
to
little bit
get
of both.
fucked up?
If he's going to make it a day out of it, it's probably a little both.
Do you want appetizers or are you talking about a full meal?
Yo, I mean, I'm not about a full meal when I'm going to the game.
Yeah.
Me
It's
neither.
more
I'm about
appetizers.
munching.
Yeah, picking on some stuff.
All right,
and
let's start with the
having some
Garden.
drinks.
Start with the Garden. Best place to get a food and a beer. Because we all know the beer places.
Yo, the Harp.
Food and a beer.
I like the Harp when we were there doing our live broadcast before the opener last year.
Nah, man. You guys know how I feel about hurricanes. That's my spot, man.
Yo, I saw a cockroach on Hurricane O'Reilly's bar. So I'll never eat there.
The appetizer's still all right, man.
As long as they might grip those cockroaches, man.
You told me about that, and I just
No, it
told
fucked
myself
me
to
up,
forget
man.
about that. I haven't had food there since, but
You shouldn't. Drink at Hurricane. Don't eat a Hurricane. You know what?
Wow.
You know what place
No,
I like?
just the
You
fact
just
that
shat all over the Hurricane.
just the fact
Yo, it's
that
not my fault they had
No,
a
no,
fucking
no.
cockroach when I was fucking there.
I mean,
Just-
I
just
wasn't
the
going to
fact
say
that-
anything, but I did.
just the fact that the cockroach was so comfortable to get up on the bar,
On the bar. And
Oh,
literally
man.
I had to go to the bartender.
It's not-
And you know who else was comfortable?
that's not good.
The bartender.
Well, Garrett,
Just came over with a shot glass and
Avoid-
just fucking puts it on top of it and just fucking slides it under, steps on it, and then fucking
She's like, "What
picks it up and goes away.
She's like, "What you need?"
And I was
Like,
like, I was like, oh,
Fred, how'd you get out here?
the funniest part was me and Paula were like looking at the menu. We were like, what do you wanna? You know, maybe we'll get an appetizer. You know, never know. It's like 2:00. Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, maybe. And then we saw the cockroach. I was like, yeah, we'll just go to halftime pizza. So here's what you do, Garrett. Here's what you do.
No, don't go to halftime.
You
Here's what you do.
don't go to Hurricanes. You don't go to halftime.
No, here's
Don't
what
go
you
to
do.
halftime.
Here's the Sean Dutra plan. Go to Sullivan's Tap.
Oh my
Get
God.
fucked up.
Don't go to
then
Sullivan's
go to halftime pizza.
Oh, yeah, if you're gonna-
grab
if you're gonna
two
go to-
slices of pizza and a tall beer.
If you're
and
gonna
then
go to
into the
Sullivan's,
Garden.
if you're gonna go to Sullivan's, bring cash because it's
Bring cash.
It's 1993 in there, and they don't
Damn
they
right.
don't take debit cards.
And the best deal in there is when you go and you get a
Or
Bud Light
checks.
and a Jack Honey. It's like $7 for a Bud Light and a Jack
And
Honey.
you can't forget about the Papa Shop.
And Papa Shot there. Balls are flat, but that's okay. Also, then you just go to halftime pizza, which Sway hates and you guys hate.
Oh, I've never been a big fan. I always thought it was overrated.
No,
I mean,
like
they got cheap
halftime
beer.
pizza. I like halftime pizza because
I'm not allowed in there anymore.
yeah, Sway's been blackout way too many times in there. I've been the voice of reason.
No.
Hey, wait a minute. In
He's
my
been-
defense, this is way before my media days. Okay, so this is before
Bro.
I became a media member.
Bro, it was fucking February.
No, it wasn't. This is years ago. All right.
Bro, it was
No,
during
but-
the Warriors game last season.
Okay.
Four of those guys that we mentioned in the starting five, or whatever, the Rondos and the Paul Pierce, and it was those years.
All right, so I don't know if any of this is helping Garrett out here because
Yeah.
you're just
All right, Garrett. You know
All
what? Let's talk about the Fenway area because there's the better options there, in my opinion.
Better options than Fenway, definitely.
Yeah.
there's Tasty Burger.
You already know, man.
No, so if
Best-
you say any place other than Tasty Burger, you're a fucking fraud.
Best burger in Boston. But if you're not in the mood for a burger, I do like Cask and Flagon. I do. I know it's
You
always.
can't get.
I know it's always packed in
You
there.
can't get a casket flagon.
You can get. They got really good fish and chips. I love the fish and chips. No, you don't even have a place. So shut up.
Yo, I got mad places.
No, you don't. You just like whoever is serving alcohol, I'll be there. Like you don't even care about this.
That's also true.
House of Blues food isn't bad either. But yeah, Tasty Burger is my favorite.
No,
Best burger in Boston.
You know who I do like in that area?
And they have great beers on tap as well. And they
for
just added chicken wings. All right, I'm done.
cask and flagon.
They got tots there too.
No.
No, you're talking about Tasty Burger.
Tasty Burger has
Tasty Burger?
chicken wings now. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not opposed to a
It's a good bang for your buck.
baseball tavern drink sesh. Go to Tasty Burger.
That's a good spot. Yeah,
That I
right
like.
across the street.
I
yeah.
like baseball tavern, but their food, I wouldn't go for their food. If you're gonna go for food, Tony C's
Tony
is there.
C's is not bad.
Tony C's is there, but it's a little expensive. Also, though,
They got a
if
rooftop
you-
as well too.
if you're in the area, you might as well go around the Prudential Center. I mean, you got the not the it's not, is it the Yacht Club? What the fuck is that place? Right across from the Prudential, fucking.
Oh, you're talking about on Boylston
on Boylston.
Social Club? Back
Bay Social Club.
Okay,
That's where you go if you want a good meal
yeah, that's a good spot.
and walking distance to Fenway. Back Bay Social Club. Drinks are fucking good as fuck there too. They have some good drink specials there too, and the food isn't like cheap ass motherfucking bar food. But hey, you know what? If you're going to Fenway, you know what?
Speaking of cheap bar food, though, what about what's around TD Garden? 'Cause that's pretty much your choices there.
My man, if you're going to Fenway,
The greatest bar. I like the greatest bar for food.
there's one thing and one thing only. There's a sausage guy.
There you go.
You gotta get a sausage.
It's a sausage.
You gotta get a motherfucking sausage. Man.
Go down,
Yo.
Lansdowne.
Get your sausage fix.
Go down Lansdowne and go to the sausage king or the sausage guy. I don't give a fuck who you go to.
Yeah. The guy I like a
Peppers and
little more
onions.
over by
Mustard.
Gate C.
Gate C. Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's past the sausage guy. Sausage guy would be first. This is towards the end of Lansdowne.
probably the sausage king.
Yes, that's his name.
Another spot at the Garden. Tavern in the Square. Or Tits.
Tits.
Oh, yeah.
Tits is really good. I was gonna
I
say
forgot
Tits.
about that.
They got
spot.
good brunch too.
Right across the street too. That's good.
Yeah, if you're gonna go to brunch, you go to that fucking place, West Side Johnny's.
Oh yeah.
West End Johnny's.
West End Johnny's.
Yeah, Sunday brunch. You can see the
Actually, you know what?
reggae band.
West End Johnny's though for food overall during in that area, pretty fucking good.
That's probably the best.
Yo, they have another Johnny's by Fenway.
Yeah,
West End Johnny's probably the
West
best.
End Johnny's by the Garden though.
No, but there's another Johnny's now that's by Fenway.
Yeah, there's also
Some same people. I think it's Fenway Johnny's, if I'm not mistaken.
all right. So forget about food. Forget about whatever. Fenway, you're going to the game. What's the one place you're stopping at beforehand?
Before Baseball Tavern, I like Baseball Tavern.
Baseball Tavern. Every time. What do you?
Tasty Burger, man.
All right.
Come
I like Tasty after. Like
Celtics game or Bruins game, you got to go to one place. Where are you going?
I like the greatest.
on.
I mean, the Harp's not bad too.
Yeah, I'll probably go to the Harp. Just to grab a drink, a few drinks, and then head inside.
Yeah.
I'm a
Appetizer.
Sullivan. I'm a
if I'm with
Sullivan's
you,
tap.
yeah, I just gonna
I'm a
say,
Sullivan's tap.
If I'm with Sean, it's out of the question. We're going to Sullivan's.
We're going to Sullivan's
Yeah.
and we're getting a fucking halftime pizza,
Yeah,
man.
man, meet me at Sullivan's. Nah, I'm not going to halftime.
You're like, hey, sweet, Sean, where we got? Oh, you already been at Sullivan's for an hour. All right.
All right, so we're just gonna go in the game. Okay, cool.
A shot and a beer for $10. Yeah, you can't beat a Sean. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, you're right.
Yeah, I'm like, I got cash for you. Just hit me up when we get to the game, man.
I like that
Yeah.
spot though. It's funny. It's like it's
Yo,
legit.
Sullivan's Tab is
it's
the only
like-
place
it's
you
like
get,
you just hop back in time.
and it's the only place you get. Literally everyone in there is a Celtics fan
yeah, that's true.
or abroad
It's like
that's
an
trying
old school.
to get with Celtics
It's
fans.
like an
It's
old
a-
school packy. That's what that place is.
It's an
that
interesting
smell.
ratio. Yeah,
Yeah,
nice
I-
sticky floor. You
I
got that
fucking love it
nice
there.
like
Yeah.
Stale liquor smell.
stale liquor smell.
Like when I think of
old Celtics ticket stubs.
Yep.
Inside the bar.
and you know what, the bounce is there. Know
Or
what
on
the
the-
fuck's up too.
on the
They know what the
surface.
fuck's up. You can make a joke about the Celtics, and they'll be like, "Yeah, man, yeah, I get it." They're not like, excuse me, sir, where's your ID? And that's it. They're like,
There's pool tables and shit. Yeah,
you're like,
old school
yeah,
feel.
exactly.
Old school feel.
I love it there, man. That's my spot.
I feel like we're in
Which-
a scene of Goodwill Hunting every time we're there.
Yeah. Also, too, every time I think of Sylvan Tap, like I'm tasting Jameson just in the back of my throat. Like it's like coming up. Like just me talking about this.
Either that or Fireball. One or the
yeah,
other.
yeah, Fireball or Jack Honey. Jack Honey in there.
Jack Honey.
Jack Honey, I get that shit a lot there.
Well, that was fun, guys.
Well, there you go, man.
There you go, Garrett.
Bunch of spots.
Either her blackout or have a great meal. We never know.
So you might miss the game. You might not. But you're gonna have a good time, regardless.
That's true.
Yeah. So yeah, there it is.
This past season, I believe it was a Cavs game. That was the first time I took in a game as a fan for like since I went with you, right, Joel? I think it was like 2 years ago.
For my birthday.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago, and then before that, this was, right after they traded Pierce and Garnett, and I didn't even want to go at first because I was just like, I'm not ready.
It took Sway a little while. It took Sway a little while to go back to the Garden. Ain't gonna lie.
A little butthurt.
We got a 5-game package just so we could see when they came back, when Pierce and Garnett came back for the first time as members of the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah. That was a tough game.
And the first 2 games I didn't go, remember?
Yeah, you didn't.
I just bailed on it.
Yep.
Like, I'm good, man.
Yep.
I'm all set.
Yep. The rest of our group was like, he did pay for this already, right? I'm like, yeah, but he's not coming. And there was like other incentives.
He's definitely all in for the Brooklyn game. Though.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
It was like all these other incentives too. Before you buy. I'm like, oh, you can go on the court before the game.
Yeah.
You can go on the court after the game. You can shoot around. And so I was like, yeah, no, maybe after Pierce and Garnett come through, maybe that. Well,
we got to do that more often.
That was fun.
We got to do more often. Yes,
that was fun. Thanks to everyone that sent in a question.
Appreciate it, guys.
That we didn't get to. Sorry, we don't have all night.
Yeah, it's only so many questions we could go through, but it was
we picked.
I think we crushed it. I think we crushed it.
Especially because we answer each question and it takes us about 15 minutes. So.
Yeah, and then we get into other topics that had nothing to do probably with the questions.
Speaking of that question, let me ask another question.
Let me ask you guys this question. That's like Sean's favorite thing to say.
Let me ask my own mailbag question.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about my fucking mailbag. You know what?
And then we discuss that for like 20 minutes. All right, let's wrap this show up the same way we wrap up every episode here on Causeway Street. Joel's In Case You Missed It.
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 Joel, what did we miss?
Well, in case you missed it, DeMarcus Cousins is now facing misdemeanor domestic violence charges.
Fuck, man, what a rough 2019 it's been for DeMarcus Cousins.
No, it's been a rough 2 years for this guy. Good year and a half at least.
Yo, when it rains, it pours with DeMarcus, man.
An arrest warrant for Lakers center DeMarcus Cousins. Misdemeanor domestic violence charges were issued in Mobile, Alabama. The Mobile Municipal Court lists a third-degree harassing communications charge against Cousins, but no other details have been disclosed. Christy West, a former girlfriend of Cousins and his baby mama, is seeking a restraining order against him after she said in court documents that he threatened her and choked her, according to TMZ. Allegedly, Cousins said that he would put a bullet in her fucking head during an argument over allowing their 7-year-old son to attend Cousins' wedding to another woman, obviously. The NBA and the Lakers said in a statement that they were investigating the allegations or whatever. So they're not going to say too much, obviously, until this shit comes out. Cousins obviously has declined to comment. TMZ shared a recording that West took of the incident. So said that the male voice heard is that of Cousins. During the argument, the man says, "I'm going to ask you this one more time before I take it to another level. Can I have my son there, please?" After West responds, "No," the man makes a threat, and then the clip ends. So Cousins got married in Atlanta last Saturday.
Was his 7-year-old son there?
And his son was not there, according to TMZ.
As the world turns, man.
Mm-hmm.
The days of our lives.
This coming on the heels of the Lakers signing Dwight Howard to a non-guaranteed contract.
So we predicted it. We called it last week, remember? We said Dwight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said Bynum, but...
Yeah, you did.
I wonder what Kobe thinks about this. You said Bynum? I thought you said him.
No, he said Dwight, but they were like, actually, I don't want to go for Bynum. So, nothing more to add to this?
Nope.
There's not much I can say about the domestic situation.
DeMarcus, I got your back, bro. You need me? Boog? You need me?
That's a character witness?
I got you.
All right.
Listen to the podcast for the past
Hit him up.
5 years. You'll have plenty of character witnesses right here from
I don't know.
From man.
I think this could be.
Yeah, this could get messy.
This could get messy, and this could be the downfall right here, completely.
Yep.
Of DeMarcus Cousins' career.
Yep. That's all it takes.
And that's not even. We're not even starting the conversation about how good he's going to be when he eventually comes back from the injury.
Oh yeah, that's right. Got torn ACL.
By the way, what does he sign? A 1-year deal with the Lakers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So when he comes back, guess who's going to be bargain bin? DeMarcus Cousins. Guess who should sign him?
Not the
The
Celtics.
Celtics.
Not with this attached to him now.
Yeah. Why don't they just sign Jabari Bird back too?
Yeah.
While they're at it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. In case you missed it,
what else you got?
the Brooklyn Nets forward Wilson Chandler is facing a 25-game suspension for testing positive for PED use.
Wow.
League sources tell ESPN. So,
Wilson Chandler, PEDs?
mm-hmm.
I can see weed, but...
Yeah, the league announced that he tested positive, which violates the NBA/NBPA anti-drug program. And
Yeah, they really don't like that.
he had a little statement here. And I quote, "During my injury rehab process before I signed with the Nets, I was prescribed a treatment that included small doses of a substance recently added to the NBA's prohibited substance list. I did not realize that this substance was banned, and neither did the doctor. I accept responsibility and apologize to my Nets teammates, coaches, front office, and fans for this mistake. I will continue to work hard to prepare for the upcoming season."
Fair enough.
Hey, if you do PEDs, you might as well do PEDs.
I mean, if you keep adding things to the list, it's like, things like this are bound to happen.
Yeah, man, 25 games isn't that bad neither.
Yeah, I mean, that's the standard rule. I just think when it comes down to what these players are doing and what they put in their bodies, I mean, they're going to do whatever, they're going to take whatever they can that's not on the list. And if it's not on the list and then one day it is, it's like, well, it's already in the system, right? So if I'm not mistaken, this is something that was added on this offseason or maybe last offseason?
Maybe this offseason.
Right, so, what are you going to do?
What else we got?
All right, in case you missed it, according to The Athletic, Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant are pushing the Nets to sign Carmelo Anthony.
I heard this shit today.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Get it done.
Reportedly, Melo was supposed to join an informal New York Knicks 5-on-5 scrimmage at Columbia University. So,
Nah, don't go back to New York, man.
he is in the New York area.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. Go to Brooklyn, team up with Kyrie and the rest of these young guys and see what you got left. Prove to everyone that you can
You can take Wilson Chandler's spot
that you can be
for the first 75 games.
that you can accept a role and that you can be an everyday NBA player. Do it.
You tell him you got 25 games to prove yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't waste it. In case you missed it, ex-NBA guard Joe Johnson is in Philadelphia and is working out with the Sixers.
Yo, the way this dude's been playing the big three, man.
Yeah, for real.
This is according to a source that was told to ESPN. And Mark Spears of the Undefeated, the MVP of the Big Three this season, also is expected to work out for the Clippers, Bucks, and Nuggets. Joe Johnson and the Triplets are playing in the Big Three title game this weekend.
All right.
This weekend?
This weekend.
I'm watching, man.
All I'm going to say is
No,
that
that squad is deep, man.
the 76ers are desperate as fuck.
Yo, they're playing against the
For
killer
a
killer threes.
If you're going to bring in Joe Johnson after he crushed it at the Big Three.
He's been killing it, bro. You really don't need Joe Johnson doing anything else but the fucking just.
Even if he didn't do the big three, he might have still gotten the phone call, but it just made
We
things...
saw Joe Johnson the past couple years of his NBA career. He wasn't doing shit.
He did all right in Houston.
The Jazz. He did better with the Jazz, but I don't know for whatever reason.
No, the
Wasn't
Jazz.
he on
The Jazz, that's
Miami?
right. Yeah,
Wasn't
it
he
was
on
Jazz.
Miami for a little bit too?
Yeah.
Didn't do shit down there. No, he hasn't done shit in the past 3 years.
Damn, I really don't like Joe Johnson.
For real. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying. I like Joe, but
ISO Joe.
I don't think you do.
I think Philadelphia 76ers
This
are going to
convers-
jizz
this-
all over him.
This conversation is not going to that direction.
The Philadelphia 76ers is going to sign him because
Nope.
they got nobody.
Nope.
No, we don't believe him.
No, man, you're just being rude now.
Nobody.
All right. In case you missed it, Kobe Bryant and Shaq, are they beefing again?
Oh, the beef is back.
The beef is back?
What's up with these two, man?
Well,
Is it just underlying hate
Kobe
between them?
Kobe was on.
That'll never go away.
He did his recent interview. Actually, did the interview probably like back in early July or whatever, over the summer, and it just came out recently. And they asked him, would Shaq be the greatest of all time had he had the same work ethic as Kobe? And Kobe responded, he'd be the greatest of all time, for sure. He'd be the first to tell you, this guy was a force like I've never seen. It was crazy. A guy at that size, generally guys at that size are a little timid, and they don't want to be tall. They just don't want to be big. Man, this dude, he did not care. He was mean. He was nasty. He was competitive. I wish he was in the gym. I would have had fucking 12 rings. To which Shaq responded on Twitter. Of course, he's not going to stay quiet.
That's not true, Kobe.
You would have had 12 if you had passed the ball more, especially in the finals against the Pistons. #facts.
Oh,
Oh,
no, we don't believe him.
I don't think you do. I don't think you do.
I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you
Woo!
You don't get statues by not working hard. And of course, Kobe didn't stay quiet.
Yeah, come on. Kobe's not going to get a statue.
All right. So Kobe tweeted out, there is no beef with Shaq. I know most of the media want to see that happen. It ain't going to happen. Ain't nothing but love there. And we're too old to be beefing anyways. Hashtag three-peat. Which Shaq responded to, it's all good, bro. When I saw the interview, I thought you were talking about D. White. He spelled it D-W-I-T-E. Is that how you spell his name? LOL.
And then what did Kobe say back? Bruh. No, he said, bruh.
Oh, he did?
With the skull faces and the gravestones.
Oh. This particular article on ESPN didn't show me that, but thank you.
And now he's a Laker again.
And now he's a Laker again.
Man, no pressure, Dwight. No pressure at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's still some animosity between those two. I just think at the end of the day, like I said earlier when I was talking to you, Sean, two players are just bound to butt heads.
Yeah,
and
I think they like each
even if Shaq was in the gym all day the way Kobe was, it was inevitable. Those two were going to break up. You know, Kobe pretty much told the front office, it's either you want to stick with Shaq and trade me, or Shaq's got to go. It can't be both of us anymore. And that was going to happen regardless. Maybe if he was always in the gym, maybe they squeezed out another 2 or 3 years. But come on, 12 rings? No. You telling me that these two are going to be playing next to each other for 10 plus years? No chance. It's just not going to happen. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen in the NBA.
I don't think so. And I also think that they sort of like each other.
Yeah,
I think they can look back on it and say, like,
they might not always gotten along.
We had a hell of a fucking run. We had a hell of a run. So you know what?
Had they gotten
along? We won a fucking three-peat. We won a three-peat, and we're still arguably the best duo in NBA history.
Well, I mean, had they gotten along?
Arguably, are they the best duo in NBA history?
Yeah, arguably.
Jordan and Pippen?
Yeah, arguably.
Shaq and Kobe.
They would have probably won upwards of 4 or 5, maybe even 6 titles had they gotten along. But I see both sides.
They would eventually ran into the Celtics, though.
Yeah. Thank you.
Come on. Let's keep it real.
All right.
Come on.
Yeah, 100.
Let's keep it a buck. The new big three would have still happened in Boston.
Yeah, but Kobe has
that team would have beat.
But Kobe has a point though. That Shaq felt like he was so dominant that he didn't really need to quote unquote work as hard as Kobe. And Kobe just couldn't understand that. I mean, Stephen A spoke about it and he was like that Shaq during his Laker years was obsessed with Big Macs.
Yeah. That
he, Kobe would come into the training room and Shaq would be chilling eating Big Macs. You can do. I guess you can kind of eat whatever in your 20s, but as you get older, that shit takes a toll on you.
Yeah, I mean, we've heard Paul Pierce talk about that. What Kevin Garnett meant to him in that aspect. If he just stopped drinking soda, stopped eating fast food. He said he hasn't had. At that time, he hadn't had a sip of soda since the summer that KG got traded to Boston.
Like even when he goes out, he says he has like wine or whatever. He doesn't really drink like alcohol like that.
Yeah.
So I guess it was just the little things that Kobe was annoyed with Shaq. And it's funny because we were talking about our like all decade team. If Shaq just put a little bit of effort, he would have been a Celtic longer. And I think he would have made a better impact.
Yeah, but at that point in his career, he's not going to change.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
he's not.
You're right. Because
he's not going to go back and be like, okay, now I'm going to be in the gym all the time at age 37.
Yeah, a couple years prior to that, though, when he was in Phoenix, he played damn near 70 games. It's the first time since his early Orlando carear. People never talk about it much, but the trainers down in Phoenix, I don't know what the fuck they have down there, but like there's older players that are able to play longer when they're in Phoenix. Look at Grant Hill. Grant Hill was in Phoenix for a few years and looked like Grant Hill of old. Steve Nash was there for how many years? Playing his mid-30s, still balling up.
It was all downhill after he left.
And Shaq was just like, whatever, I'm still getting paid 20-something, whatever, close to 30 mil. But I don't know. Whatever. Sean, don't talk too much over there, please.
Hey.
Yeah, okay. There's that.
Yeah, I don't got too much to say about Shaq and Kobe. I think they're great, and I think they like each other, and I think I was happy to see them come together after all these years.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the best
part. And just shit on fucking Dwight, because everyone can do that.
That's true. But no, I think the best part about all of this is everything you hear Kobe say now, it's not like it's not been said to his face, to Shaq. And Shaq just like, all right, here you go again, bro. All right, okay, I'm sorry. Like, all right, I get what you're trying to say. But anyways, in case you missed it, Team USA will tip off their World Cup on September 1st against Czech Republic, and then September 3rd against Turkey, and then September 5th against Japan. They are in Group E. World Cup tips off August 31st.
Do we have a chance?
Can't wait.
Do we have a chance?
Chance for what? To win it all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird that we're like, maybe, you know, like we're putting out like our Australian team right now.
I mean, when you got like, Anthony Davis coming out, Damian Lillard, James Harden, all those guys just backing out at the last minute, you're kind of putting a last minute team. But I don't know. I think they're trending upward, even though they lost for the first time in 78 games the other day. But they said it was a learning experience, and I think Pop is like, good, we fucking lost, great.
I think it's good they lost.
I do think that they're gonna win it all still, but
it's not gonna be like
it's not gonna be easy.
Yeah, they're not gonna like steamroll people.
Yep, it's gonna be a tough series.
Yeah. Well, that's it. That's all I got for this edition of In Case You Missed It. As always, follow us on all social media platforms at Causeway Street. And check us out on CausewayStreet.com for your up-to-date news, rumors, and opinions. And once again, thank you for the questions for our mailbag, our first ever mailbag episode.
Yeah, that was good. That was fun. We appreciate it.
We should do that more often.
Appreciate our listeners, of course. We can't say that enough. Can't express that enough. Everyone who submitted a question, thank you. And keep up with the support. We appreciate it here, of course, at Causeway Street. And we'll be back next week like we always are.
We'll be back.
Until next time, folks. Keep keeping out.
Bye.
Go Pats.